Hello again. So, just had my Kyleena IUD inserted a little while ago. It worked. This time it did not fail like last time. That makes me beyond happy that it actually worked this time. Now, there was a few things I didn't expect. And even though the unexpected things happened, it still worked. Basically, I went in. It took forever to get in, and he must have been running behind this morning or this afternoon, I should say. I get dressed below the waist, the whole song and dance. That he said, sign paperwork and all this stuff, and like last time. And he was telling me that the Kyleena has like a thinner applicator, so it's actually a lot easier to insert. So I'm like, okay, that's a positive. More positives than negatives. Sorry, let me fix my headband here. He, inserted the speculum and put on the betadine, and the cervical clamp, actually, I barely felt it. I thought it was going to be so much worse. That part wasn't the worst part, honestly. So then he tried to sound my uterus, find out how big it is. And again, damn thing wouldn't go in. He's like, okay, it's not cooperating again. So he opened it up a little bit with one of the dilators, which it just felt like cramping, mainly. And then he finally got it open enough and got the sound in. Apparently, I have a TMI moment here. I have a kink going from into my cervix into my uterus that he had to get past. And, tell you what, when he got past it, I felt it. It was like I can't even describe it. It was like a stabbing pain. It hurt. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It did hurt. But it was like a severe, like, period cramp. Nothing that I am not already used to. It felt a little worse than that. But like I said, my pain tolerance is like moderate to the higher end when it comes to that part of my body, like my stomach, like the intestinal tract and everything. I've had issues since I was a kid. So to me, it's like, okay, he finally sounded my uterus, and I was gripping the table on that one. It wasn't like scream my lungs out pain, but it was like a grit your teeth, like, oh, this hurts. And then he finally he got the Kyleena in there, and you can feel it when the applicator releases it. It's like a sharp cramp. Like you're like, ooh, it makes you almost jump for a second. And then he's like, okay, we're done. I'm like, ooh, it worked this time. And he said, yes, we got it in there. It worked. Thank God. Hopefully, this resolves my heavy periods and cramping pain, because this is the type of IUD that could, sorry, I had hiccup, could resolve your periods and maybe even they go away at all. But at first you're going to have some, irregular bleeding in the first 3 months, which is fine. Your body's getting used to it. And right now my uterus is kind of throbbing a little bit, because it's like, oh, there's something in there. I don't want it in there. And it's just, it's like, get over it. It's going to be in there for 5 years. But I would say overall the pain factor, moderate to high pain tolerance for that part of my body. Everybody's different. It was like I would say probably like a 6-7 out of 10 when he started doing the sounding and actually inserted the IUD. 6-7. It just depends. I was also already kind of sore from being on my period and being crampy, so that kind of attributed to it a little bit, So, but like I said, to somebody who has no pain tolerance whatsoever, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna be You know, it's going to be rough. But like I said, moderate to high. About a 6 to 7. You know, mid-range. But I got through it. I gritted my teeth and gripped the table, and I sucked it up. And I just like, you know what? Let's do this shit, because I am done dealing with all different types of birth control, and he said this was my best option. So, experience wasn't bad. My doctor's fantastic. It's not his fault that it hurt. You know, he does what he has to do. I can do an update in about a couple days or so, see how I'm feeling. He does want to do an ultrasound in a week to make sure that it stays where it's at so it doesn't move, given my history of my uterus doing all this crap all the time. So he's going to check that. He's confident that it's where it's supposed to be. So he's going to check, and I'm sure everything's going to be great. I'm crampy right now, but like I said, it just feels like period cramps, which I'm already feeling those anyway, so it's really no different. You just get a few little sharper jabs here and there because, you know, he was just in there doing what they're doing was doing, you know, poked the crap out of it pretty much. And yeah, it wasn't a bad experience. I wouldn't say I'd love to do it again. I'm hoping that after my 5 years are done, if I still decide I don't want children, I'll probably get an ablation done, and then that'll be the end of it. That's my plan if I don't want kidlets before then. So, because I'll be 35, 36 by the time this thing needs to come out. So, yeah, that'll be the time, because after that, pregnancy's dangerous. You know, I'm not doing it. So, but yeah, it wasn't bad. It did hurt, but like I said, it wasn't excruciating. It's doable. You know, it's bearable for the most part. But as I said before, and I repeat myself a lot because sometimes things are forgotten, it would hurt pretty bad to someone with an extremely low pain tolerance. It really, truly will. So, yeah, so it wasn't so bad. I wouldn't say. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, we'll see how my body reacts to the IUD. That's the biggest challenge. I've had some bad reactions to birth control, and we shall see how my body reacts to the hormones. And it's a low dose hormones IUD, so it shouldn't do much fluctuation. It should just be just fine. So, all right, and yeah, that's I said my piece. I hope everybody finds this helpful, and I will talk to you all later. Like, give it like a couple days or so, and I'll give you an update on how everything is going. So, yeah, I'm happy. Like I said, I was either going to be very ragey if it didn't work, or I was going to be in pain but elated if it did. So I'm in pain and elated. So, all right, I'll give you guys an update here in about 2 or 3 days. So, see how everything's going. All right, hope this helps. Bye.